So MicroStrategy, the biggest crypto investment company owned by Michael Saylor, is said to be investing in XRP and to have a huge position worth trillions of dollars in XRP starting in the next few days. This has caused the price of XRP to rise to $60,000. Now, the $60,000 price comes from a direct Forbes story that said XRP would go over $60,000 in weeks. It's also important to remember that BlackRock is doing the same thing by putting over $9 trillion in XRP over the next 5 years. Today's video has all of this information, and it's happening at the same time that big companies are starting to use the XRP ledger. Like this is one of them, RealFi. RealFi wants to add the huge $650 trillion real estate market to the XRP system. They've already made it possible for $222 trillion to enter the XRP ledger, and the money is already starting to flow. On September 12th, $2 billion worth of real estate will enter the XRP ledger, and the largest burn of real tokens in the XRP ledger will begin, worth over $558,000. They will also let people use XRP and the real currency built on the XRP ledger to buy real-world assets like real estate, whether it's a family home or a business building. This is very important because real token inventory is about to drop to an all-time low. Also, if you own XRP or any other XRP ledger coin, this is good news for you since real token is on the XRPL. You can look at the tokenomics and the method behind this as well. In other words, this adds billions and trillions of dollars to the XRP system. For sure, it's bullish. That is, very little resistance and huge amounts of support. And it looks like the breakout is about to happen. Just 72 hours remain until September 12th, and the events are already taking place on the XRP record. That's why I'll leave links in the text below. Besides that, utility-based projects are something that people don't talk about but should. There are now a lot of utility-based projects in the cryptocurrency community, and Real Token is a project that will help people and will go to $1,000, $10,000, or $100,000. I really believe it because, you know, it was a tenth of a penny. Now that you look at it, it's worth 3 cents, but it could be worth $60,000 to $70,000 per Real Token. I'll leave the links for Real Token, Real Pay, and XRP in the text below. One more very important thing though, people are still making a ton of money off of joke coins, even though we've always talked about utility coins. It makes sense. Pepe is the most famous meme in history, and we talked about the self-made Pepe meme coin that is now live, and it's on pre-sale right now, but this thing is really big. Check out Pepe meme. In other words, they've raised more than $3.8 million for their Pepe meme pre-sale only. Of course, this is a smart pre-sale. In other words, the more Pepe meme tokens you buy, the more you hold. And people who already hold Pepe meme are getting even more Pepe meme for free. To keep getting those tasty Pepe meme points, keep making them. We have now looked into this meme code in particular. I must say that this is very interesting. They have Elon Musk's support, or at least Musk has talked about Pepe. Now look at these 3 tweets from October 31st. They were all absolutely popular and were all from Elon Musk. In them, he talked about Copa meme and Pepe meme. Now look at the other one. That's Pepe meme wearing a Superman shirt. Here's another one. He talked about Pepe meme again on February 22nd, 2025. With over 3.2 million people involved, it's clear that this project is growing very quickly. I mean, there are a lot of people who use this. For a meme coin, it makes sense that the bigger the community, the better. This is because meme coins grow based on their community. Shiba Inu is all you need to know. Shiba Inu wasn't always like this. To begin with, it was just a small meme symbol, but as the community grew, it turned into a meme coin and then something even bigger. Shiba Inus can do tens of thousands of X's. Pepe meme might do the same thing in this case. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Pepe meme did a 1000X. Think about a 1000X for Pepe meme. Really, this means that if you put $10,000 into Pepe meme and it did 1000 times that, that's $10 million. Guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. It is hard to imagine. But the idea behind this is that meme coins will rise. In other words, Pepe meme beat Pepe on Ethereum. Pepe has only 700,000 fans on social media, while Pepe meme has 3.2 million. This has now passed the original Pepe. This is the brand new Pepe meme coin. Once more, it's huge. Because it has so many fans, I think this will be the next biggest meme symbol ever. Besides that, it's in the original Pepe team. And Ethereum is now starting a new token on Solana. In other words, if you want to get into Pepe, this is the real Pepe token now. It used to be second, but now it's first for Pepe meme tokens. A lot of organizations back them up. I've been looking into things, and they're likely to list on first-level platforms very, very soon. It looks like IDO is almost over, and you might miss your chance very soon. So if you want to get in, you should do it now or never. You can actually deposit right away, as you can see here. This is an example of a portfolio. You can see how much Pepe meme you have left. In general, though, I want you guys to look into this. I mean, it's your opinion. Meme coins are still a thing, which is something that all financial advisors and non-financial advisors thinking about should remember. Pepe meme is another choice if you want to get into a meme coin that is really taking off and has a huge community. That being said, let's go back to XRP. The price of XRP is $2.95 right now, but this will change. It's only a few days away after all. That's the size we're talking about. $79 in XRP is coming up soon. And this is the reason why I believe it is very important that I roll the clip for you. A lot of money is recorded in the XRP ledger, and it is certain that the price of XRP will go over $80 in the next 72 hours. Now let's watch the movie. Now everyone talks about XRP going to $1,000 or $10,000 because it might replace Swift. That being said, no one is talking about this. Pay attention to this. 370,000 property records in New Jersey are already on blockchain. Cities are already doing this. That makes me think, holy crap, this is already here and it's happening fast because the government usually does the most recent things last. As of now, BlackRock is tokenizing assets worth $10 trillion. This isn't a Web 0.3 trend. This is the building blocks. We just used an NFT to sell a house in Texas to 38 different people. What did they do? This group took a $235,000 house in McAllen, Texas, and turned it into coins. Then 38 backers gave them $246,000. There are no weirdos here. 15 of them have never used crypto before. To buy in, they made their first handbag.